Hey YouTube, it's AR-15 guy. Went and did a little camping this weekend with the family, and took all six of us and headed up to a place here called Fisherman's Bend. Spent the weekend with some friends and just had a really good time, and really enjoyed just getting out of the big bad city for a while. Went up there. One of my friends up there that went up there is a also a gun enthusiast, so got a chance to talk and got to see his new toy. He just put together a 300 blackout, and pretty neat looking firearm, in AR-15, and he's got his is suppressed, and pretty cool, some of the stuff he was telling me about it. So it kind of got me thinking maybe I might like to get one of those. We'll have to see how it goes. But one of the things that we did talk about is seeing how the gun culture has kind of, in a sense, evolved, and how it seems like less and less people are getting their families involved, and their children and their kids involved in it, and kind of what that does, as far as not curing the curiosity and leaving them open to having accidents happen in the house, because the kids don't know anything about what a firearm is, what it does, what it's used for, why daddy or mommy likes carrying one or having one, or they don't know anything about it. It's this big giant secret. And I think that it's very important that if you are actively involved in the gun community, whether it be you just have a firearm for home protection, or whether it's you carry every day and you've got a safe full of them, I think it's very important that if you have a family and you have kids, that you get them out and go shooting a few times, and really let them be able to handle the firearm, so that they can really see what it's used for, why you have one, why, if you're a big enthusiast, why you enjoy using them and shooting them. So I think it's really important that we really start looking at our family units, and really making sure that we're involving our kids. Statistically, the accident rate is way down with people who get their kids involved at a young age. There's so many great gun club programs for kids, getting them into hunter safety courses, taking them hunting, just introducing that culture, so to speak, to your kids, right from the start, pretty much, so that they don't have any curiosity, and are a whole lot less likely. I'm not saying it's impossible, but a whole lot less likely to pick one up and have an accident because they're curious. So I definitely want to make sure that my kids know that this is why I have it, this is why I enjoy shooting, this is what I use it for, and why I have access to those, and why it's such an important freedom that we have. The Second Amendment is the reason that we are able to keep all of the other freedoms. It's the one freedom that protects the First Amendment and all the other freedoms that we have. Without the Second Amendment, we have no way. It's then the governing body governing the people, rather than the people governing the governing body, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And another thing is, women find it sexy. They really do. My wife didn't really know that she was going to find it sexy, but she kind of likes when I put on my firearm every day and carry it around. It's kind of hot. She knows that I can protect her and I can take care of any situation that may arise. So guys, they may not like it at first, but it's sexy. It really is. Is it getting hot in here? Is it me? Whew. So definitely, make sure you're getting your family involved and getting your kids involved, making sure, if you're not married, that your wife to be, or husband to be, knows how important firearms are to you, and and why. Chances are, once you give them a good solid answer as to why, and not just cause they're cool, cause I'm a guy and I'm supposed to, but giving them a good solid answer, they're gonna understand. The other thing is I wanted to, kind of push a little bit. One of the other channels that I watch on a fairly regular basis, and I mentioned him in my last video, is Yankee Marshall, and one of the things that he does is he gives to local animal shelters and local animal charities, and I think that that's a great model for us in the gun community to get involved in a charity organization outside our norm, outside the NRA. And help change the face of gun ownership to people. A lot of people get this media-driven view of what gun ownership is about, and I don't think that we do enough or see enough in the gun community of that being shown as not necessarily the truth. That gun owners are an active, involved community. We do get involved in our community. We're not those teethless rednecks that they always want to portray us as. So I think it's very important to get out there, get involved in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through your church or a local homeless shelter or whatever it is. Getting involved, whether time is short. I've got 4 kids, 3 of which are older kids, 2 in junior high and 1 in high school. They play 2 sports a year. I know what it's like to be busy, and sometimes it's just easier to give to those charities than to be able to be involved in those necessarily in a working aspect. So I definitely suggest get out there, get involved, put a positive face on the gun community, quit being a closet gun owner, get out there, make it known that you're a gun owner, and make it known that you want to steer away from any chance of negative publicity in the gun community. So that's kind of what I've got to say. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Remember, it's sexy to carry a gun. And have a great week.